My 26 male, GF, 25 female, tattooed her eyebrows and I am afraid of how much I hate it. How do I proceed? We've been together for 6 months, it's been fine and fun. She told me that she would like to tattoo her eyebrows cause it's pain to get them done every morning. I told her that I much prefer natural ones. Well, she's done it couple days ago. The way I feel about her new look is something I'm not sure I'll be able to tolerate her new look. Her eyebrows are thick, large, unnatural, cartoonish, and I barely look at her right now. I expressed gently that I don't like it. I much prefer natural eyebrows and that I think I will need a lot of time to get used to her new eyebrows. How do I proceed with this? The tattooed brows will require some healing time before they look like they should, but it shouldn't take very long. They look super insane when they're fresh, but I've seen them look really good after a couple of weeks and some setting powder. Depending on how they were done, OFC. I'd maybe just give it a minute before you make any relationship altering choices lol. If she asks, you can tell her you're still getting used to the new look. Also, they will fade and will look more natural in a few weeks. I'm going to guess you mean she got microblading or powder brows. Those are wild the first few days, up to 2 weeks. They will scab and be a mess. Then, they will be down to 20% from what they are now. Normally you get a second round to get more visible results because, well done, permanent brows will err on the side of invisible once healed from the first round. You could use this time to gush about how glad you are that she looks like herself again. In any case, permanent makeup isn't actually permanent, it will fade away over the next 2-3 years. You can only control your own actions, not the actions of your partner. Be careful about commenting on it too much. If you feel it's such a big issue that you're losing attraction, I guess break up with her. A relationship that is entirely dependent on a pair of eyebrows perhaps wasn't meant to last. My mom got her eyebrows tattooed after she had chemo and they never really grew back. The first week can be shocking, I'm not gonna lie, the dye is intense. I personally have natural brows and don't color mine at all, so I'm not a fan of the dark filled, drawn in look at all, but obviously I understood in my mom's case, but my god they look harsh at first. After the initial period though they do fade. And it's not actually permanent, as my mom has to go get touch-ups like once a year I think as it fades more, so if it's something you hate, discuss it with her. She told me that she would like to tattoo her eyebrows cause it's pain to get them done every morning. I told her that I much prefer natural ones. You understand that you have probably never have seen the natural ones since she was doing them every damn day? How to move forward after wife's texting relationship. 44M and 44F. I am 44M and my wife is 44F. We have been together 16 years and married for 9. My wife has starting a very personal texting relationship with a coworker. She is a supervisor and he is her direct report. She started secretly texting him at all hours of the day and night. She used to go to bed at around 10 p.m. and eventually started staying up past midnight, texting him all night long. It got to the point where they were up to 2 a.m. the night before Mother's Day. I had big plans for us and she would not come to bed. I eventually cracked and looked at her phone. I know I shouldn't, but it was pretty hard not to. There were very personal texts of her saying that she would like to give him a massage if he would let her. She insists it was a joke. She then made innuendo about famous person's wife being 25 years older than him. My wife is 18 years older than this guy. Other than that, the texts are slightly flirty to innocent. However, she was texting him all the time at the expense of our relationship. She was texting him as we were dates, including on our anniversary and on Father's Day. We would be laying in bed together and she would be texting him. She was looking up his horoscope and personality types to see if they were compatible. When I confronted her, she admitted that she is attracted to him and wants to decide if she wants to pursue a relationship with him. I told her that I consider this cheating, and she needs to stop if she wants to stay married. We have a young daughter in middle school, and I want to make our relationship work because I love my wife and daughter. She has stopped texting him outside of work, but I can't shake it and need her to acknowledge that she has cheated in order for me to move on. My wife insists that she has not cheated on me, since she has not had a physical relationship with him, and they have not physically met up outside of work. High five at most. She gets really upset with me when I accuse her of cheating, because she doesn't see herself as a cheater. Would you consider this cheating? How do we move on, or can we, if we see this so differently? We tried couples therapy but stopped as soon as this relationship came up to our counselor. She told you she is attracted to him and is considering the relationship, and you are seriously asking if it's an affair? Go immediately to a lawyer, do not pass go, do not play pick-me, take control of the situation. In the meantime, get to the gym and get your finances in order. 1000%. Tell the dumb woman to search the term, emotional affair, and read it out loud. Then try to dispute that's what she did. If you want this marriage to survive, she has to get him moved to a new department. Or she moves. She has to one way or another cease all contact with her affair partner. Of course this is cheating. She admitted that she is attracted to him, and wants to decide if she wants to pursue a relationship with him. Not to mention all the time and energy she has given him at the expense of your marriage. Whether she has actually gotten physical is not the whole definition of betrayal. You need to define your boundaries and expectations in your marriage. Marital counseling is probably your best bet to help you both decide what your needs are, if you're compatible, if you both share the same values. Tell her to quit her job and work somewhere else. An emotional affair is still an affair. She's so full of shit. This guy would just fuck her and he done. Trying to figure out how to tell my 27F fiancés 37M to stop making fun of me. Too long did not read. My 27F fiancé 37M likes to make jokes about things like my shows, music, friends, and culture. He doesn't seem malicious but dismisses my feelings as he's just joking. I brought it up, and he apologized but hasn't changed. I love him and want to make this work, but this is really frustrating. Any advice on how to address this? Mandatory English is not my first language. Disclaimer. I, 27F, have been with my fiancé, 37M, for 3 years, and we've been engaged for 3 months. From the start, he has enjoyed making light-hearted jokes about everything and everyone, sometimes even directly to their face. I don't believe he's doing this maliciously, he just sees himself as the funny guy. However, he often targets things like my shows, music, friends, and culture. We're from the same nationality but different cultural backgrounds. For example, he's going to be adopted into my family's culture as part of our wedding, but he jokes that he'll be given a surname that sounds absurd for a non-community member. This bothers me because he won't actually be given that surname, it's from a neighboring community, not mine. He refers to my community's language as tribal, and mimics it with stereotyped sounds instead of real words. He refuses to listen to my favorite music, calling it childish or even satanic. I was listening to Taylor Swift. He mocks whatever I'm watching by making fun of the language, music, or anything else he can. For example, he said the ching chong thing whenever I watch a K-drama. He even poked fun at the restaurant I took him to for his birthday. I've spoken to him about this since lately these jokes are starting to get under my skin. He apologized, saying he doesn't mean to make fun of me and is just playing around, but he continues to do it. Every time he does, I feel irritated, so I've stopped responding. Then he repeats himself, asking if I heard him, saying, I'm just joking, if I look annoyed. I'm trying to figure out how to approach this situation. FFS, why are you with this person? When a person shows you who they are, believe them. It's not too late to cut it off. This man obviously doesn't care about your feelings or your interests, your culture, and everything else important to you if he can't find a way to engage with any of that with sincerity. Never mind that, you already asked him to stop doing that, and he still hasn't. What else is he willing to ignore in the future even after you've requested he stop or change his behavior? You're still young, you can find someone better, maybe someone that age that actually acts correctly and maturely. Are you ready to swallow this every day for the rest of your life? Because I would not be cool with that. Tell him his jokes aren't funny, they're cruel and offensive. Call off the engagement until he can make more kind choices with his words and his humor. Give it a timeline, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And when he fails to make the change that would lead to basically respectful behavior towards someone he claims to love, break up and never look back. Find a man who treats you with respect to spend your life with. He's not joking. You want to believe he's joking because you want to believe he loves you. I have interests that are very dear to me and I have some traditions that are also. My partner has only supported me. He makes real jokes but I laugh at his jokes. It's clear in his tone and the mood and his character that they are jokes. I don't question him about them and his genuine supportive actions about my likes and hobbies are super clear. If I have a feeling about anything he immediately apologizes. He does not like you as you are. Honestly, we see these kinds of posts daily and I just can't believe people put themselves through this shit. Have some self-respect and get rid. Why are you with a racist? He sucks the fun out of everything, and loves belittling you besides all of that. Fuck this dude. BF says I'm making him jealous, I don't see how. 26F and 23M. I've been seeing this guy for about a month now, known him for longer. He made it clear that he liked me very much from the start, so this is part of why he feels so strongly. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated with some of his behavior. This latest thing has me feeling odd. I want to know if other people would take his side. For instance, in the past there was a time when we were in a restaurant and as we walked out I passed by a guy with an interesting necklace. I stopped for a second and said, "Hey, I like your necklace, it's cool." The guy said thanks and that a friend had made it for him. Then we walked out and that was the end of the interaction. He got mad and said I flirted with another guy in front of him and how would I like it if he flirted with girls in front of me. I told him that wasn't flirting and I pay compliments to strangers, regardless of gender, attractiveness, age, etc. all the time, just as a small gesture to spread a little joy. Now to today, this is so bizarre. I texted him that my professor had his fly down. Which was true, he did, and I felt so embarrassed for him. I then jokingly asked if I should tell him. He was a bit less communicative that day, but I figured he was busy with work. When he called me later, he told he was so pissed off that I said that to him. Why was I looking at him there? And again, some weird example of, well, what if I saw a woman with a messed up bra? Then I feel bad for her? How could it make me jealous that you saw that? I'm so confused. If this behavior continues, I may have to cut my losses. And I'm just trying to understand his weird logic. Madam, you've been seeing him for 1 month and he's already showing he has trust issues, unreasonable expectations, and gets jealous easily. Drop him like a hot potato. This is his immaturity and insecurity speaking. He will constantly be on high alert watching your interactions whenever you two are in public or with other people. These are pretty bright red flags. He's going to most likely use his jealousy to try to change how you go about life. I know we've only been dating a month, but you need to know that you are in charge of regulating my emotions. LMAO. Some men believe in only being nice to women that they want to fuck. So when you were nice and complimented a man on his K necklace, he assumed you said it because you want to fuck that man. Being nice is conditional for only sex has warped his mind, which is a major red flag. You speaking to any man for any reason will set him off. His jealousy will poison the relationship and his goal is turn you into a sad, bitter person like he is in life. You've been dating for a month and he's already waving huge red flags in front of you. It's time to say goodbye and move on to a better partner who respects you.